Hey y'all, I'm back with another video, and this video I'm going to go ahead and give my review and commentary on the movie The Wood.
Ah, you're big time now.
The Wood was suggested for me to review, and I'm so happy to do The Wood because I actually enjoyed this movie. So me rewatching it, I wasn't like, ugh, I gotta watch The Wood. No, I was first introduced to The Wood in like 2014. I had never seen it before, and my floor mates, when I lived in a dorm, we was having like a movie night, and The Wood was on Netflix, so we all just watched The Wood, and I had never seen it, and I loved it off the first time watching it, and I had seen it like maybe 5 times that year after seeing it for the first time. So I really like The Wood, so I'm glad that you recommended this movie, so thank you for that. So I'm gonna just go ahead and jump right on into the movie. So what I like the most about The Wood is it's like two different plots to the movie going on. So the main, well, I don't even think this is the main plot, but how the movie starts with Rollin, one of the 3 friends, he's getting married, and he's pretty much missing in action, like having cold feet, they can't find him. So that's what the movie is about, but the plot that's above that goes to show Mike, Slim, and Rollin's like upbringing. Well, not upbringing, but shows them like when they was little boys, how they first met and how they became to be such great friends, and like some of the little stuff that went on in their childhood. And they were just like pretty much reminiscing as they got Rollin to come back to get married. So it was pretty much like a walk down memory lane with these 3 guy best friends. And I like that it was 2 plots, because at some points it was like, is this the same movie? Like towards the end, it's kind of like, I really feel like they could have did without the wedding. Hell, they could have made this movie without the back plot, which was Rollin was getting married. But I guess they had to in their minds. But I love the stories of them as kids. I think them as kids is 90% of the movie, let me tell it. So they did a really good job at doing like bouncing back and forth between adult, child, adult, and child. One of the very first scenes in this movie shows Mike, who is the one who is pretty much narrating the story from his perspective. He just moved to, I'm guessing this is LA, South Central. I'm not sure. I just watched it last night. I should definitely know where. California. I'm gonna just say California. He moves to California from North Carolina. So of course he don't know nobody. So he meets these 2 guys named Rollin and Slim. Slim's real name is Lavinio. Now, why would his mama name him Lavinio? If your name is Lavinio, I'm not trying to throw no shade. I'm sorry. But it's a weird name. But anywho, so one of the first opening scenes was they bet this man to slap a girl named Alicia's booty. Now, these boys were really, really obsessed with booties, okay? Soon as they showed him on the courtyard, they had the camera on booties and talking about how, oh, that's a nice booty. That girl is this, that girl is that. I guess they were showing us how much young boys pay attention to that stuff. I wouldn't know. I'm a girl, so I didn't know anything about the young male's perspective. But what got me was he just met these boys, and they bet him to slap this girl booty. He does the bet, but they failed to mention to him that her brother was like this gangbanger and will literally kill anybody for her at this point, like if it come down to it. So they pretty much set him up. But in the situation, what I respected about them was, one, they was like, wow, we didn't think she would get that mad, nor did we think she would tell her brother. But two, once the brother came to confront him, to like fight him, they had his back, and he was like, no, I'm gonna handle it myself. I'm gonna handle it myself. So they was like, all right, cool, we get back out. So I really respect that they set him up for that, but they also had his back when it came down to fighting old dude. And Mike actually got a hit off Stacy with Stacy goofy self. Now that Stacy is brought up, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Stacy really quick. Stacy is Alicia's older brother. He's like, I think they said he was a blood or whatever. And what got me about Stacy was he was a gangbanger, but he was a nice gangbanger. He wanted to make sure, you know, he was looking out for his little sister. He wanted to, you know, make sure no boys would mess with her. But they ran into Stacy. And Stacy, look y'all, they ran into Stacy again after the situation because Stacy and his friend was robbing a gas station. They was in a gas station getting some breath mints for the dance. So once Stacy realizes it's them in the store, he robs the store, takes the young boys with him, put them in that car and all this stuff. And he, you know, just chopping it up with them and all this stuff. What I didn't like was he offered them some weed and they like, no. And he wanted to try to call himself being offended. So I'm trying to offer y'all hospitality. Y'all gonna turn it down? Yes. We're 12. That was 14, but still, yes. And they going to a school dance. Like, boy, yes, they're gonna turn it down. But after that, I'm not gonna go ahead and go all the way. Well, should I? Well, yeah. So along with after Stacy robs the gas station, it puts the boys in the car. They get pulled over by the police because Stacy's tail light was out. But while they doing all of this, checking the boys and all this stuff, they have a firearm in the car. And the police almost found the firearm, but Mike hit one of those and distracted the police. So they didn't find a gun, and Stacy peeped that Mike had his back. And what also got these boys out of this situation was the robbery at the gas station. So they robbed the gas station, got pulled over, and them robbing the gas station is what got them in the clear when they got pulled over. I thought that was actually pretty funny. Because, like, y'all just got rewarded in this situation. The whole situation was like a reward for you at this point. You got free stuff at the gas station, and then you didn't get caught with the firearm that you had, or you didn't get caught smoking weed. You just got off scot-free. But what I did like was after that, he kind of like, you know, appreciated Mike and, you know, showed him like he had some respect for him. He gave him his blessing to even dance with his little sister at the dance. And that advice came in handy. Because Mike got his dance with Alicia. They danced to If This World Were Mine. I don't know all the words, but that's how you're going to get out of me. But yeah, so that's my take on Stacy. He wasn't the best role model, but he wasn't like a bad dude. He took care of his sister, and he took care of people that took care of him is what I got from his character. Now, this movie is pretty much about the three friends, but the story opens up, but them in their adult life, that storyline is all because of Rollin. And Rollin, when they were young, Rollin was the player. He used to get the most numbers. He used to always be like trying to get somebody some type of advice about how to get ladies. So Rollin was like a true ladies man. So it's very ironic that he's the one who's getting married first. You would have thought it would have been Mike getting married first. But I'm gonna dive a little deeper into Rollin because Rollin, I'm with Slim. If you didn't want to marry her, why did you ask her? Like, you got everybody here dressed up and all that clothes and all this other stuff, and you trying to have cold feet. But Rollin takes it to the next level. So Rollin, not only does he have cold feet, he wants to go to his first love, high school sweetheart's house. Why would you do that? Like, you have cold feet. All right, you go somewhere, go to a bar, you know, go somewhere, but you don't go to your ex house. is out of control. And then he over there talking about some, y'all, this is my favorite line of the whole movie though. Her booty is rotund. And he be like, I'm gonna make her booty jiggle, dude. Those are my favorite lines of the entire movie. I can't lie. But he was out of control. You got this whole woman who is at the crib waiting to get married. And you at your ex house telling me you gonna make her booty jiggle. Drunk or not, you are out of order. And then they also mentioned that he don't even drink. So you really just out of your mind at this point. You don't know if you coming or going. Come on now, Rollin. But what I did like was when they flashed back into their childhood lives, they showed us a glimpse of when he actually dated Tanya. Tanya was the high school sweetheart, the one whose house he went to when he was having cold feet. So I like that they kind of gave us a little snippet of that timeline of him dating her. So that was pretty cool to see with Rollin and Tanya. And what killed me was when they were in the car. They had just left Tanya's house. They was in the car. I feel like they had left the gas station already too. Yeah, they had already left the gas station, and they reminisced about them being at the gas station. Hence the story I just shared. But Rollin throws up in the car in Slim's brand new car. He was literally just bragging about how he just got this car, and he throws up on all three of them, all over the back seat, all over the window. You throwing up this bad that you couldn't roll down this window? I know for a fact this man had automatic windows in his truck. I knew for a fact he just like the Exorcist, like all of this throw up was just coming out his mouth. That was so disgusting. It was so disgusting. And what blew me was they went back to Tanya's house and they like, we need to clean up and all this stuff. She gonna say, y'all can go in the backyard with the hose. Now, you ain't gonna let them use your bathroom. Tell me, y'all ain't finna mess up my bathroom. I just thought that was really petty. Like, come on now. You know this boy trying to get married. You know they trying to help him get ready to get married. You could have let them washed up in your bathroom. In your bathroom. She was really petty for that. I don't know if she was being petty because women be petty sometimes, but that was really super petty now. Come on. I ain't like that. But enough about Rollin. In his situations, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Slim. I don't really know how to describe Slim. Like, he, as an adult, he doesn't hold back on anything. He let them know how it is. He's cheap, but he also likes to flex. Like, he got the expensive car, but he was pissed that he threw up in his car. Like, you want the fancy shit, but can you afford the fancy shit? And then he was bragging about how he had on Ferragamos. You threw up on my Ferragamos. These worth this much. They worth this much. And Rollin like, bro, but how much did you actually pay for them? He like, that ain't the point. They worth $400. Can you give me $400 for them? And then he also was like, if you ain't getting married, you had me rent this $100 tux for no reason. Like, bro, you swear you big money bands with your new car and all this stuff, but you too cheap to rent a tux. And you mad because he threw up on your shoes and in your car. If money ain't no issue, you can just go get it clean, right? So that's the vibes that I was getting from him. Like, he liked to flex, but he's also cheap. Or maybe he liked to put on this like facade and he don't really make as much money as he want people to think he do. Who knows? But as a kid, they like kind of insinuated that he was a little slow. Because why would he ask, hey, what page 16 on? What do you mean what page is 16 on? Page 16 is on page 16. You just told me. I'm like, that tripped me out too. Because like, what? Like, throughout this whole movie, they had little jokes and little stuff like that that's funny that I'm not going to, point out to you in every way. If you ain't never seen the movie, of course, go watch it. And if you have seen the movie, you know the little bits and pieces that I'm talking about. I don't like to, give away the whole movie when I'm doing my love review and commentary on them in case you want to go watch them or in case they, forgot. Because I do be rewatching movies and I be watching them as if I seen them for the first time. So if I watch something and they give away all the little hee-hee-hees, I'm going to kind of be like, dang, they gave away the whole movie, didn't they? my point is to not give away the whole movie, y'all. My point is to like just let y'all know how I felt about it. Share this, share that, you know, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom, or whatever. But yeah. So that's pretty much my take on Slim. I don't really have much to say about him. And then Mike. Mike, they portray him as like a really sweet, genuine person. And I really think he is. Like, he moved into town. He ain't had no friends. He became friends with those two boys, and they really took him under his wing. I don't think they led him astray in any way, except when they set him up to smack Alicia booty. But that was pretty much, it really looked like that was the only thing that they set him up on. Like, and I like the fact that it's a positive movie. Like, it don't show you like boys it show you one boy that's gang banging, but the main characters of the movie, they not involved in gangs and involved with gangs and in drugs and all this stuff. It just literally show them being teenage boys, and I really like that. They didn't really give much context to Mike for the movie. They kind of set it up for it to be like a love story between him and Alicia, but they don't get together, so it's really not a love story for them. So I don't know. He's the narrator, but the movie wasn't really about him. The movie was about his friendship with these two boys and how they grew up to become great men and have great relationships. So it was like pretty much a movie of brotherhood, and then it was like a coming of age movie for young boys. And I really liked it. I really messed with this movie. And they had some heavy hitters in this movie, y'all. They had Omar Epps, who played Mike. They had Sanaa Lathan. She played Alicia when they was older. They had Melinda Williams, who played Alicia when they were young. My dude, Taye Diggs. I love Taye Diggs. I love him in Best Man, The Best Man Holiday. I should do a review on that one because those are my faves. So those might come up. Taye Diggs. Tamala Jones. Tamala Jones, she played Tanya in this movie. She's a very underrated actor, but she's in a lot of stuff. Like, you won't hear her name, but if you see her face, you will know who she is. I probably would just pop up. I'm gonna pop her picture right here because she underrated. She was in 101. I loved her role in 101. I think she played a Tanya in 101 too. Yeah, she did. Her name was actually Tanya in 101. And I just finished that series, so I might review that one as well. And then they also had Richard T. Jones. And Richard T. Jones is also in Why Did I Get Married? He was married to Jill Scott. And he was really, really mean to her. So for some reason, I can look past that for other roles that he played, but I'ma always remember him for his Why Did I Get Married role, because he just was not shit. And somebody requested that I do Why Did I Get Married, so I'll be doing Why Did I Get Married as well. That is it should be this review is going to come out, and then I have another movie before I do Why Did I Get Married. So stay tuned for those. And again, if y'all have any movies that you would like for me to do a review on or give my commentary, drop them in the comments below. It can be different genres. I really do like romantic comedies. I like black classics. I like dramas. Y'all can recommend series too. I was doing just sitcoms, but I think I'm gonna start reviewing and talking about TV shows that are on the air right now as I watch them, because I'm a TV watcher. So thank y'all for watching this video. If you like my little commentary and everything, go ahead and subscribe and like this video, and I'll see y'all